Hi, I'm Stephen. How systems learn to persist without knowing why is usually not about losing intelligence or care. It is about what gets reinforced. From a structural dynamics lens, what becomes visible is persistence as a learned property of the system rather than an ongoing act of intention. Systems do not need to understand purpose in order to continue. They need conditions that reward non-interruption. When those conditions hold, continuation becomes the default. Early action is often tied to a reason. There is an initiating reference. Over time, that reference is used less. What stays active are the mechanisms that allow repetition. Schedules stabilize, roles settle, dependencies form, persistence becomes procedural, feedback loops quietly do the work. Behaviors that avoid disruption preserve predictability. Predictability lowers coordination cost. Those behaviors are reinforced even when the reason for continuing is no longer examined. Disruption introduces variance. Variance requires explanation and redistributes risk. Even when disruption could clarify purpose, the structure experiences it as cost. The system learns that continuing is safer than asking why. Memory shifts. Systems retain how to operate more reliably than why they operate. Documentation holds process. Metrics track activity. Routines preserve form. Origin becomes background. As this continues, available moves narrow. Options that would require re-articulating purpose become harder to take. They demand justification and coordination. Options that allow continuation within existing parameters remain easy. The system's choices cluster around persistence. What is visible here is adaptation. The system privileges what can be sustained with the least friction. The system continues not because it remembers why it began, but because it has learned how not to stop.